Welcome to the Detroit Eldercare channel, brought to you by Jeff Welsh and the great folks of Right at Home Detroit. Today's guest is Mr. Benjamin Schock, elder law attorney and founding principal of Schock, Solomon, Ramdial, PLLC.
Hi, I'm Jeff Welsh with Right at Home Tri-County Metro, and today we're here with the Detroit Eldercare channel to speak with a friend of ours, Ben Schock, with Schock, Solomon, Ramdial law firm. Ben is the managing partner. Welcome, Ben. Thanks for coming by today.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to see you. So, Ben, what is elder law?
Well, first let me explain I'm an elder law attorney. What that means to me is I use my skills as an attorney to assist a population in need such as seniors. So elder law encompasses really a number of things. We do estate planning. We do complex estate planning. We do tax planning. We do Medicaid planning. We do applications for benefits from the Department of Veteran Affairs. We do probate work. Obviously, as you age, you get guardianships, conservatorships. We also do decedents estates. And finally, we can administer trusts. We, once people pass, through that our ability as elder law attorneys, we find that we do a fair amount of work in trust administration, which makes sure the assets go to the people they intend them to go to.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff, but you realize it all kind of fits together as you age. You need more things in place to make sure you're protected and have the ability for someone to help you in the event you do need help.
Yeah, I think those are a lot of areas that people shouldn't try to do on their own.
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah. The population is aging, and will continue to do so for another 20 years. Do you see the practice of law and elder law specifically changing over the short period and the long period as well?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, it's one of the growing areas in the law. To talk a little bit about the practice of law and the training in law, our law schools are putting out a lot of lawyers, and there's not a lot of legal jobs left, especially here in the state of Michigan. So what we found and what people have realized is elder law attorneys are busy because our population is aging, so we're getting more and more people in there. More and more attorneys come into the field and want to do this. I can truly say it's wonderful for us who've been doing it for a while because we get to clean up a lot of mistakes. But certainly I can say that it's a growing field and we're adding new professionals all the time.
So you're kind of alluding to the fact or the assumption that any lawyer is not necessarily equipped to do elder law. It's somebody that has specific training.
I would say there's a specific skill set that goes with being an elder law attorney. You have to understand Medicaid rules. Medicaid is the big quote-unquote hammer. It's the big issue in the room. It's the 1,000-pound elephant that you have to address. There's a lot of attorneys who can do an estate plan, who can do a will, who can do a power of attorney. But if you're not addressing Medicaid and the fact that you may need long-term skilled care, you're really missing the boat. You really need to have an attorney who understands those rules. So yes, you do need an elder law attorney who is skilled and who understands those rules.
And I've heard stories of people who made mistakes in their planning and became ineligible for Medicaid.
It actually happens all the time, and actually some of our nursing homes, we love them dearly, but a lot of times they don't necessarily fill in the individual with all the rules that they need to make educated and informed decisions. So seeing an elder law attorney when you have a loved one in a nursing home, whether you choose to use an elder law attorney or not, most of us offer free consultations, but it can help provide a roadmap so you don't make critical mistakes. Gifts can be a huge issue. If you give money away, realize that gift can cause you to lose a period of eligibility for Medicaid even though your assets are gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about a population that is, center stage these days, and that's the veterans. I know that you and Right at Home work together in the aid and attendance benefit. Can you describe that benefit for the audience?
Sure. What the aid and attendance benefit is a pension from the Department of Veteran Affairs. It's designed to help those in need, help them meet the cost of care. Now, the care doesn't necessarily have to be in a facility. It can be in home. It can be provided by a loved one, or it can be provided by a professional. But what it's designed to do is allow the veteran to have extra funds in order to meet these costs. Now, in order to gain eligibility for Veterans Aid and Attendance, there's really 4 requirements they're looking for. First of all, you have to have a veteran. The veteran has to have served 90 consecutive days, out of which one of those days there was an active wartime. Okay, this also applies for surviving spouses. So long as a surviving spouse has not remarried, she can qualify for this pension. Now it is reduced, but she may qualify for this pension under her spouse. Second requirement is medical need. A doctor has to say you have something wrong with you and you need help. You can't just get this pension because you need money. You have to have a medical need, and you have to be paying for a help to address that need. Third requirement is an income requirement. The amount of your recurring monthly medical expenses have to be so great that it forces you under federal poverty level to qualify for the benefit. So to give you an example, so this works, let's say you have $1,000 Social Security. You're paying $600 a month in for medical assistance. The VA will subtract that $600 from your income, take that total, which would be 400 times 12. With that number, they would determine that you are under federal poverty levels, and they will allow you to qualify for the benefit. Fourth requirement is assets. Okay, VA is generally looking for an amount somewhere below $80,000. Now, there's no hard and fast number that I can say everybody's got to be below this number. That would make my life easy. But VA is generally looking for a number below $80,000. So if you have $1 million, this benefit probably isn't for you. But for those that have a limited amount of assets, this benefit can really help them.
So your interaction with a veteran happens how? How do they how do you come to know about the problem, or what do you do to help the people that have the need?
Well, we do a lot of work with assisted living facilities. We do work with companies like your own, like Right at Home. They refer us their clients. What we do is we sit down with them. We go through what their individual situation is, what help they need, what they're spending, what their assets are. And we guide them in getting them qualified for the VA to make sure that they qualify the first time through. What we try to avoid is them putting an application through that's premature, because a premature application can actually cause them to lose benefits for a period of time.
Okay. Can you speak quickly to the question of fees for qualifying a veteran for the aid and attendance benefit?
Well, there is no fee at all for doing a veterans application. Those of us who do it, we can do a veterans application. I joke I can do it in 8 minutes with my eyes closed. So there's no fee for physically doing a veterans application. Now, if we do legal work in the process of doing the veterans application, we would charge accordingly for any legal work we do. For example, we may find the veteran doesn't have a power of attorney, or the veteran doesn't have a patient advocate, or the veteran may need a guardian. So it does, unfortunately, we do get veterans that come in and we discover other problems that need to be addressed, even though they come in primarily for the veterans benefit.
Okay. So, but legally there could be no fee for actually preparing that paperwork?
That is correct.
I think that's important for people to understand. So what other things would you like the audience to know about your firm?
Well, our firm is relatively young. We're all under 40, so we're going to be here a while. We're not going anywhere. We've all been voted as top attorneys by our peers for those under 40. All 3 of us were voted as Rising Stars this year, which is voted on by our peers for attorneys under 40. Our firm are all elder law specialists. All of us have done the work. We've done Medicaid applications. There isn't something you can throw at us that's going to make us go, oh my gosh, I've never seen this. Now, certainly in any type of law, there are cases that you've never seen, but we're all experienced. We're all approachable. We love questions. We're always willing to answer a question, even if we're not getting paid. So we're always happy to talk to people.
That's refreshing. What about the area that you serve, Ben?
We serve Macomb, Oakland, and most of Wayne County. We have an office in Clinton Township. We have an office in Dearborn.
Okay. And so if somebody lives outside of those areas, can they still call you and maybe get a referral?
Certainly. You could always call us. We have a number of friends who are working in other areas, such as Grand Rapids or in the Thumb, or even up in the Flint, Genesee area. We always have a number of attorneys we can refer to.
I know that in our work with veterans, one of the reasons we work with you is because you are an accredited firm, an accredited group of lawyers who the Veterans Affairs has deemed qualified to do that. So would you know other law firms like that in the outstate areas?
Certainly. There is a number of firms that are accredited. Like you mentioned, I am an accredited attorney. I'm also licensed to practice before the Board of Veteran Appeals. So when veterans do get denied compensation or benefit claims, I have the ability to take them all the way to D.C. if applicable, which means I can practice before basically the Veterans Court of Appeals.
That's great. Good to know. Anything else we should add to this conversation, you think?
Nothing further at this time.
Okay, great. Very good. I'd like to have you come back sometime and talk more about the Medicaid process in particular. I know we didn't have the time to get into that in detail here, but I know you spent some time on that. How do people reach you?
You can reach me, you can either contact us through our website, which is www.ssrlawoffice.com, or by telephone, 586-239-0871.
Very good. Ben Schock of Schock, Solomon, Remdial, PLLC. Thank you very much for being here today. We've enjoyed the information and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right. Take care.